Welcome everyone to today's episode on small modular reactors. We've hit a fascinating milestone in nuclear energy, and I can't wait to dive into it.
Absolutely intrigued already. So what's this big milestone everyone's talking about?
Well, at the 2023 United Nations Climate Change Conference, or COP28 in Dubai, a new global consensus emerged. For the first time, the 198 signatory countries to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change included nuclear energy among the technologies that need accelerated deployment to reach net zero carbon emissions.
Wait, nuclear energy is finally getting the green light on a global scale? That's huge. But isn't nuclear power controversial because of safety concerns?
You're right, it's been a contentious topic. But the shift in acceptance reflects a realization. Rapid and deep decarbonization, especially in hard-to-abate sectors like industry, won't be possible without a significant increase in nuclear capacity. Advanced nuclear technologies, particularly small modular reactors, or SMRs, are at the forefront of this change.
SMRs? I've heard the term thrown around, but I'm a bit fuzzy on the details. Can you break it down for me?
Of course, think of SMRs as the smartphones of the nuclear world, compact, efficient, and versatile. They typically produce up to 300 megawatts of electricity per unit, which is about a third of the output from traditional reactors. But their modular design allows for factory fabrication and transportation to sites, reducing construction times and costs.
So they're like building blocks. You can stack them to fit your needs?
Exactly. And this modularity offers flexibility for smaller grids and remote locations where large reactors aren't feasible. Plus, with over 70 SMR designs at different development stages worldwide, innovation is booming.
That's impressive. But are any of these SMRs actually in operation?
Yes, in fact. China's high-temperature reactor pebble bed module, or HTRPM, entered commercial operation in December 2023. It's a significant step forward, utilizing high-temperature gas-cooled reactor technology.
So it's operational and generating power?
Indeed. And it's not just about electricity. SMRs like the HTRPM offer high-temperature heat suitable for industrial applications and hydrogen production.
Hydrogen production? That could be a game changer for clean energy, right?
Precisely. Hydrogen is a clean fuel, and producing it via nuclear energy means we can generate it without carbon emissions. SMRs can provide the necessary heat and electricity for efficient hydrogen production through high-temperature steam electrolysis.
Okay, but what about safety? Smaller reactors still have radioactive materials. How do SMRs address those concerns?
Great question. Many SMR designs incorporate advanced safety features. For example, their smaller size allows for passive cooling systems that operate without human intervention or external power. Some designs use inherent safety characteristics, like molten salt fuels that solidify when cooled, preventing meltdown scenarios.
That's reassuring. But I've heard that the regulatory environment can be a hurdle for new nuclear technologies. How are countries handling that?
Regulatory harmonization is crucial. The International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA, has initiatives like the SMR Regulators Forum and the Nuclear Harmonization and Standardization Initiative to address these challenges. They're working towards consistent regulatory frameworks to facilitate safe and secure deployment of SMRs globally.
Got it. So international collaboration is key here. Are developing countries getting on board with SMRs?
Absolutely. SMRs are particularly attractive to developing nations due to their scalability and lower upfront costs. Countries like Ghana, Kenya, and Jordan are exploring SMRs to meet their energy needs and support economic growth.
Interesting. How does that impact global efforts towards decarbonisation?
SMRs enable countries without large grids to adopt nuclear energy, contributing to global carbon reduction goals. By expanding access to clean energy, we're supporting a more equitable and sustainable future.
That makes sense. But shifting gears a bit, I've heard tech companies are interested in SMRs too. What's driving that?
Indeed, major tech companies are eyeing SMRs to power their energy-intensive data centers. With the surge in electricity demand from data processing and storage, they're seeking reliable, low-carbon power sources.
Wait, so companies like Google and Microsoft might use nuclear reactors to run their servers?
Exactly. Data centers accounted for about 2% of global electricity consumption in 2022, a figure that's projected to double by 2026. SMRs offer a way to meet this demand sustainably.
Wow, the idea of a mini reactor powering the cloud is wild. But are there any challenges with that?
Certainly, challenges remain. Integrating SMRs into existing infrastructure, ensuring regulatory compliance, and addressing public perception are all critical factors. However, the potential benefits in terms of energy security and carbon reduction are substantial.
Understood. So what about the economics? Nuclear projects are known for high upfront costs. Do SMRs offer a financial advantage?
They do. SMRs have lower capital costs compared to traditional reactors due to their smaller size and modular construction. This can make financing more feasible. Also, the potential for serial production can drive costs down over time through economies of scale.
That could attract more investors then?
Yes, especially when coupled with supportive government policies and financing models like public-private partnerships. Additionally, SMRs can boost local economies by creating jobs and stimulating industrial growth.
Right, but what about nuclear waste? Does the proliferation of SMRs mean more radioactive waste to manage?
An important point. Effective spent fuel and radioactive waste management is essential. Many SMR designs aim to reduce waste generation and incorporate waste management strategies from the outset. Plus, some advanced reactors can even utilize existing nuclear waste as fuel.
So they could actually help reduce the current stockpile of nuclear waste?
In certain cases, yes. Liquid metal-cooled fast neutron SMRs, for example, can burn long-lived actinides, reducing the radiotoxicity and volume of high-level waste.
That's fascinating. It's like turning a problem into a solution.
Precisely. It's an excellent example of innovative engineering addressing multiple challenges simultaneously.
But circling back, how realistic is it for these SMRs to be deployed widely? Are there real-world deployments on the horizon?
Several projects are underway. In Canada, construction of the GE Hitachi BWRX 300 reactor is planned to begin in 2025, with grid connection expected by 2028. Argentina's CAREM 25 and China's ACP 100 are also advancing.
And what about the regulatory side? Are there any frameworks to support this growth?
Yes. The IAEA's Milestones approach provides guidance for countries developing nuclear power programs, including those considering SMRs. It addresses infrastructure development, safety, and regulatory frameworks.
That's encouraging. So the groundwork is being laid both technologically and administratively.
Exactly. Collaboration among international organizations, governments, and industry is paving the way for SMRs to become a significant part of the energy mix.
One last question. How do SMRs integrate with renewable energy sources?
SMRs are designed for flexible operation, capable of load following to complement intermittent renewables like solar and wind. They can provide baseload power and kick in when renewables aren't producing enough energy.
So they can help stabilize the grid while supporting a diverse energy portfolio.
That's right. By integrating SMRs with renewables, we can enhance grid reliability and accelerate the transition to a low-carbon energy system.
This has been incredibly enlightening. Who knew that these small reactors could have such a big impact?
Indeed, small modular reactors represent a significant advancement in nuclear technology, offering flexible, scalable, and sustainable energy solutions.
Well, I'm convinced they're a game changer. Can't wait to see how this unfolds in the coming years.
Absolutely. And with that, we wrap up today's deep dive into the world of SMRs. Thanks to everyone for tuning in.
Yes, thank you all. This has been an eye-opening discussion.
See you in the next one.